And what's up everybody, here we go again for this time card predictions for Survivor Series. This year's Survivor Series though is going to be like no other. We've been used to see these two universes fighting each other for brand supremacy, but now a third one has joined the party. And here is some predictions. And to start this off, we're going to have team captains Street Profits for Raw, The Revival for Smackdown, and Breezango for NXT for a tag team Survivor Series elimination match. As you all saw, this year's Survivor Series isn't just going to be about Raw versus SmackDown. Now that NXT has been added to the fight, everything changes. The concept itself doesn't change that much though, and I know a lot of people don't really like the idea of brands fighting for supremacy because it leads to simple storyline and easy booking. But personally I love it, probably because the concept is as dumb as me, and I like it even more now that NXT is part of it. About the match itself, I'm not really sure about this one since there might be a little bit too much people for one ring, but one thing is sure, Raw vs Smackdown vs NXT is on. Following that, we got all the tag team champions, the Viking Raiders versus the New Day versus the Undisputed Era. This looks more like something that's going to happen compared to the previous match. And I don't know if you noticed, but I picked the Revival as team captains for the first match, but without the tag team championships on their shoulders. And that's because Revival and New Day are supposed to face each other on SmackDown, which is probably going to happen this Friday, and the thing is, I think the New Day is going to go home with the titles, which explains their presence in this match. For the other two teams, I don't see any changes. The Viking Raiders should stay champion until Survivor Series, just like the Undisputed Era. And speaking of it, for the next matchup, we got AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura versus representing the Undisputed Era, Roderick Strong. One of the biggest questions for Survivor Series is who's going to stay champion until Survivor Series. For now, I don't see AJ Styles losing the US Championship anytime soon, but I couldn't say the same for Nakamura. I feel like Daniel Bryan could steal the IC Championship from Shinsuke just before the pay-per-view, but it's just a feeling, there is more chances that it will not happen. Same for the North American Champion. If Velvet and Dream wasn't injured, I would have been afraid for his spot at Survivor Series, and damn, would I love to see Velvet in this match. But anyway, Strong is perfect, just like this match is going to be. It happens. Then I pick another elimination match with Charlotte Flair, Sasha Banks, and Rhea Ripley as team captains. Well, I think the composition of this team seems highly probable. The only thing I'm really not sure about is if Raw, SmackDown and NXT are going to face each other in every match and turns everything into a triple threat, or if they're all going to have the same and fair number of matches against the other brands. I don't really know. I'd like to know what you think about it, because it could literally change the face of the show. Another factor too is on the NXT side, because just the night before the pay-per-view, there will be the NXT War Games, and that also might change Survivor Series. So I guess time will tell. Speaking of triple threat, we have some women's champion in action. Becky Lynch versus Bayley versus Shayna Baszler. For now, one thing is sure, after what happened on SmackDown, Shayna and Bayley are going to face each other at Survivor Series, and obviously, there is strong chances that Becky Lynch will be added to the match. There is also the possible presence of backups at ringside with Sasha Banks at Bayley's corner and Shayna's friends at her, but since some of them might have a match on the same card, I don't think we should focus on that. The focus should be on these three women, and I said three because if there is one thing I'm afraid about, it is to see the NXT superstars treated as jobbers as the minor league. They definitely deserve to take over the Survivor Series, and I hope they will. And now, potentially one of the craziest matchups of the year, Brock Lesnar versus Bray Wyatt versus Adam Cole. Holy moly, if there's one match on this card I would absolutely want to see, it's gotta be this one. But we first need to figure out what's going on with the main championships before we wish for anything. At Crown Jewel, Bray Wyatt won the Universal Championship, which is kind of surprising since he is a SmackDown superstar and that the brand already have the WWE Championship on that show. And since Bray moving back to Raw wasn't a possibility, we were in a deadlock. And that's where, for the first time in his career, Brock is here to save the day with him and the WWE Championship leaving SmackDown for Raw because he just want to, which basically means that both titles switch brands. In a nutshell, that leaves us with a potential Brock Lesnar representing Raw versus Bray Wyatt representing SmackDown versus Adam Cole representing NXT. and what a freaking match it will be. And finally, we're going to have the last elimination match with Seth Rollins, Daniel Bryan, and Finn Balor as team captains, and here is the full teams. Now that Rollins is no longer Universal Champion, I think it's safe to say that he's going to lead Team Raw for Survivor Series. For Smackdown, my choice for team captains was Roman Reigns, but since he already was captain of Team Hogan at Crown Jewel, Daniel Bryan feels like the perfect man for the job. For NXT, what better man than Finn Balor to incarnate Rebellion? But since him and Johnny Gargano are probably going to fight just the night before, I still have doubts about the composition of Team NXT, but it wouldn't be the first time that enemies would be forced to team together. In any case, Survivor Series looks promising, and for now, these are my predictions, so we'll see. Alright, that was 7 matches for Survivor Series. I don't know if there will be more of them, maybe for the kickoff, but with NXT's presence on the show, I feel like the card isn't going to be filled with a crazy number of matches like in the other big 4 pay-per-views. But anyway, thanks for watching guys. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like or consider subscribing. You can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram for more. I'll see you next time for the rest of predictions, and if you don't want to miss them, click beside the subscribe button and ring the bell.